Yep. So I just stopped by the property. Stopped by the property that I was having an issue with. I didn't text the customer and let them know I would be there or nothing. It's the front of the yard, and I tell people that I pop up randomly anyway. So no need for me to, interrupt his evening or nothing like that. But what I can't do is let time pass by, like far as tomorrow, and not respond to him. I gotta respond to him, and it gotta be a call. It gotta be a call, or it gotta be in person, one of the two. Because I don't like misconceptions over email and text message. So I did take a look at the lawn, and I estimated how many pieces, roughly like 70 pieces. I wanted to see, I had to put last eyes on it so I can know the current conditions prior to actually trying to get all this done. It's like 70. I estimated roughly 70 pieces of 70 slabs of sod didn't take. That's what I estimated. So that's what I'm have to communicate with the sod farm tomorrow, and after communications with them, I can have a better action plan. But I used to work for Coke, right? Coca-Cola, and I used to have conflict resolution skills, right? Sometimes things are your fault, sometimes they're out of your hands, but either way it go, you should be able to diffuse the situations. For instance, when I was working at Coke and I was placing orders for some of these, convenience stores, hospitals, etc., I have somebody fill in on my route. And when I come off my vacation, that person who filled my route, they may not order like me. They may not have done a great job of ordering like myself. They might, because they don't know my accounts like I know them, because I work them more frequently. So what'll happen in return is I'll get back the orders that they put out for last Thursday and Friday. They arrive on Monday and Tuesday. That store get it in, and then I'm in that store again ordering for like that Thursday that week. And sure enough, the manager's upset, the owner is upset, and I'm talking mom and pop stores too. I'm talking about they be hot, like the Patels, they be hot. They be so mad that their order is wrong, they didn't get enough, etc. But it's a little bit out of my hands because I wasn't here. I wasn't here, but it is my route, and it is on the behalf of the company that somebody ordered, and it wasn't enough to fulfill, the inventory for until the next order arrives. So while they're all upset, or maybe even in situations like we used to have a thing where they had to sign a contract once a month agreeing on price points, and if they didn't sign that price point and the order came in, which is what happened, the person who was filling in for me didn't put in the contract. So when a customer got that order, the prices was like double, triple. It wasn't a discounted price, so they was upset about it. And also they needed the product. It wasn't something that can get fixed immediately. It's one of those things where they got to pay the price or they don't get the product, because the driver can't allow that product to be left there if it's not paid for. So I have to visit the store if I'm in the area, and man, when I tell you these people get you the business, boy, they cussing, you name it. And in my previous life, it's easy to be emotionally bothered, and sometimes people can just snap. I could snap and say, man, who you think you're talking to? Nah, forget all this job. I'm about to whoop your behind. You disrespecting me right now. It's the principle. But company, you can't act like that. You're an ambassador. You're a representation of a company. You act out of character, you will not have a job. And I like my job. So it taught me how to do conflict resolutions. So when I have situations where I have people arguing with me or telling me all this, I have to diffuse the situation. Let them wait till they calm down. Let them pop their stuff, get their stuff off their chest. So why they so upset? But then, hey, I apologize that this happened. Unfortunately, it was slightly out of my hands, but I'm going to help you get down to the bottom of the problem. Okay, today, I know this is not not normal for you to pay X amount of dollars for this product, but today you pay it, and we'll make sure we make it correct or send you a check for the difference. But we need to get this contract signed right now, because it appears that the contract wasn't signed, and that's why your prices were elevated on the order. And they kind of chill out. I've had situations where people just blow up, and if you combat and come with that same energy that they got, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. It's gonna make you look bad, etc. But sometimes sometimes you have to evaluate, is this worth letting somebody get me out of character? I'm not the person to, try to be a certain type of way, but don't let this person get me there. Please don't let this person get me there. So it's almost, you just have to have some disciplines, some emotional discipline to be able to deal with BS, because that's what it is. That's what it is. You literally have to deal with crap. And a lot of people in that position where I was working, you have to have some thick skin to be able to survive. Once you create great relationships with the people, they get you. And early on, I had to have some thick skin. So over time, I feel like little situations like that, repeatedly, you getting new store managers in some of these places, and they want to chop down every vendor's order because they want space. They want to make sure their space is they want to maximize their space and not be cluttered, right? So if you go into like a convenience store, like a Circle K or something, right? They literally have so many vendors. They got cigarette vendors. They have candy vendors. Well, they got that coming in through their truck. They got Pepsi, they got Coke, they got multiple beer companies. So they got at least 6 drink vendors, probably 4 to 6 drink vendors. From wine, because there's certain people that sell wine. Some of the beer companies sell wine. So you got different, at least 4. I'm gonna say 4. Let's just say 4. Let's say we got beer, we got Coca-Cola, we got Pepsi, and then you got what's the company? The company that sells like cheer wine. It's like a third party type company. They sell Sunkist, 7-Up, the drinks that don't pop like they used to in the 90s. Those vendors. But you got multiple vendors, right, placing orders for stuff, right? And I can understand why they want their space, because when you got all this product coming in and your store does volume, meaning you sell out all of the product. So if I don't order 5 cases of Coca-Cola, 5 cases of Coca-Cola is 24 20-ounce bottles. That's a lot of Coca-Cola. That's over 100. That's what, 100 and quick math raw, 120. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, over 120. 120 Cokes. That's a lot. 120 Cokes, and those go within like a 4-day time span. But if you don't order and you order short, they're gonna be out before the next delivery arrives. Now you got a problem with the store manager. The store manager's like, oh, I'm out of product, if they stocked it correctly. They're mad if you order lightly and just to fill the shelves, and they try to make you order like that. They rather run out than be overstocked, because it makes it hard for them to stock the shelves when all vendors order enough product that actually sell. But that's, convenience stores do volume. They do a lot of volume. So what they'll try to do is have you add another delivery on for the week. So you'll have to, instead of you visiting that place once a week, some places will have you visiting twice a week, and some places even have you visit 3 times a week. Like places like a hospital, I had to visit like, I think it was like 5 days out of the week. Yeah, 5 days. Every day I visit MUSC hospital, and then like the College of Charleston and stuff like that. I used to have to be there almost every other day because they got so many kids and they got so many patients at the hospitals that product goes in there every morning. Every morning there's a new order going in there. So I had to make sure I'm always on point with it. Or if not, you miss it, you skip a beat and you don't order a certain thing and they out of something. The person who makes it a huge deal is the district manager. They'll come in and they'll be like, yeah, we're dealing with all these sales and stuff that we're trying to promote for you guys, but you know, your guy's not keeping stuff stocked. And the district manager see you, he'll chew you out, and then he'll have your manager chew you out, like everybody reaching out to you. Down to the delivery manager driver. Why didn't the delivery driver mention it? They getting on everybody if a product is ran out. So it's very it was some lessons that I learned there, and I always had to kind of have conflict resolution skills as far as being able to get better at the job to accurately order, but also be able to do a few situations to say, hey, I typically order 4 to 5 cases, but this week your store didn't stock anything, so I didn't order as many. I ordered only 2 because we had 3 on backstock. We had 3 on backstock, so I ordered 2 more to fulfill the week so y'all can make it through the next order. And then they stock everything and you blow out and you only got the 2 cases that come in, they go directly on the shelves and you'll basically be out of product before the next delivery arrives. It's just like that. If they don't stock the shelves, that's exactly what happened. And it's like, it was so inconsistent. Like, sometimes I'll go in that store and they're doing a good job at maintaining it. They got decent employees that show up to work and actually stocking the cooler and stuff. But then you have an off week where you don't have nobody stocking it. The store manager don't care. You can see the wall when you go in the store. They can't wait for you to put bottles on the shelf. Like, you have to do some type of stocking. My thing is this: I'm not a stocker or a merchandiser. However, if I'm the salesman and the person who's accountable for making sure your store has inventory, that means the right way to do it is put the stuff up that's on the ground that can fit on the shelves right now before I place my order. And that right there is the reason why I ain't with them no more, because you can be trying to fix all those problems from stocking every store because everybody's shorthanded, and you'll be out all night. I worked 7 days a week. I worked Saturday, I worked Sunday. It was a salary-based position. So when you got people that don't do what they're supposed to do as far as the store, stocking the shelves, it sets you up failing. Then you got the driver. He come there, he's frustrated because the store ain't stocked the shelves, and now he got to spend an extra 30 minutes on this stock that he has tons of places to be. He don't have time to be in the store for over 30 minutes. And if I didn't help when I came there and I just placed the order and I seen stuff there and I know he got to come in there and deliver more stuff, I'm doing him a disservice by not fulfilling the shelves. But it's like a buddy system. As soon as one person let it down, it falls on one person. And I feel like it fell on me for the most part. And it's like, I don't know, I just got tired of it. It's one of those things that challenge your integrity. Like, you can do the right thing and be home early, or you can do the wrong thing and be home early, or you can do the right thing and it's gonna take you forever. When I first got that position and I was the dude was showing me, he's like, hey, I know you don't see no Coke bottles on the shelf, and we got 4 cases right here, but you just need to make sure they're in stock, meaning the shelf is not empty. So toss like 2-4 bottles up there and keep it moving. I'm like, bruh, what you mean toss 3-4 bottles up here when we got 70 bottles right here? We got 60 bottles right here on the floor, right in front of us, and all of it fit on the shelf right now. It's like, it's one of those things where you gotta evaluate, hey, do you want to get home to your family, or do you want the store to not chew you out and talk to the district manager saying the Coke vendors are not doing what it's like. It just was a domino effect. Kind of got tired of it. It's like, bro, like, this is a non-ending wheel, and it'll never be perfect because I'm dealing with 96 stores, 96 managers, 96 district managers, and everybody's not doing exactly what they're supposed to do. So I don't want to continue to take, let's say the I don't want to get the short end of the stick when it comes to the amount of labor that's required. And I got a newborn son. I'm newly married, like all this stuff going on, and I'm over here taking all this time trying to do the right thing at the store. So that's what made me make different decisions. But being able to dial into like dealing with a lot of crap from people, trust me, I've had my fair share of that. And even before Coca-Cola, of course, I worked at like Pizza Hut as a manager. Conflict resolution skills, you got people who get the wrong order, they upset, etc. Hey, we'll make it right, we'll send it back out to you, etc. The driver's on his way, I apologize, boom boom boom. Like, I used to get paid so good when I used to deliver pizza and worked as a manager at Pizza Hut. They was like, man, they don't come like you. I had my Dodge Challenger, and I was sliding, delivering pizza, and I had I had my professional shirt on. I had a tie. And he's like, why you wear a tie? I thought you was like a businessman. Nah, bro. Like, when you're a manager, you get to wear a tie. And I got my shirt tucked in, got my belt on, a nice shiny belt with my dress shoes, all that stuff, man. And I used to run it up, man, off of just doing pizza deliveries and resolving conflicts. I got $50 tips, $100 tips, crazy. But just made it back home, y'all. Y'all seen me leave. And when I left, it was a little bit more light out. Now it's dark, so I made it to the crib, and hopefully tomorrow I can get down to the bottom of the situation with this client, because at the end of the day, I gotta keep my face good as far as communicating and making sure everything flows, because my name's good right now. Name good in these streets, and I don't need no new client that is finding any and every way to make a situation blow out of proportion when I'm handling it. Like, and I need to communicate that. But we gotta have a conversation. But I'm just getting to the house. I'm gonna have to holla, y'all. Howdy.